Hello, YouTube. It's Saturday, August 12th, 2023. So, just taking from what I placed on my weight loss quest, the fact that I'm now down to 389.4, I have broke through the first milestone 27 all the way down. My next big milestone here is to be 382.6. At that point, I'll be halfway through my weight loss journey. And that is the idea of the countdown. Everything's a countdown. Life's a countdown because of you gauge things by reference points in life. My father was 55. And I can remember that time when he was 55. And my mother also. But again, the time they had left. My father passed away at 80. My mother passed away at 72. And those were very tragic deaths. They both had some form of dementia and Alzheimer's. So both my parents had this. Of course, they lived in a very, in my opinion, a very bad city and a very sick house. And I think the house and the way that they live their lives, oblivious to everything. My mother at the very, not at the very end, but I'll tell you this much. In 1985, when my father had his first heart attack, and she changed our lives. She started doing things, but it was too late. The things that she should have done or should have done a long time ago before that, it was devastating. Again, tragedy or having that come to Jesus moment is important in life. Having that, if you go down one more step down this path, your life is over. You have to pull back and then go a different path. And then sometimes you need to do that reassessment. And maybe this all is a reassessment, not just this time period in my life right now, but the last few years are assessment in my life. Everything that I have done has been because eventually, if I build this, they will come. I'm going to do these certain things because it's part of what I should do to have a family and a life. And I've been doing these things to build up something personal and then to have them come in and to live life and just be in that bubble of happiness. Because I don't really talk to anybody. There's no need to. I don't have a cadre of people I talk to and hang out with. I don't. I never have and I never will. And now, I do see that I need to go a different path, and I'm here, not just now, but for the last, 5 years maybe, need to stop and go a different way. And that's what I have come to realize, that the things that I've done, the path that I've been on was the wrong path. It gave me nothing. And I've been reminded by a few things. Reminded by, again, somebody contacting me, wanting to go out and do stuff. And mainly, the fact that all she wants to do is have sex. And that doesn't disturb me. Does it disappoint me? A little. Does it dishearten me and make me sad? Even more. Because again, the whole idea is to find that one person. It's basically, like I said, it's a going up the mountain, climbing up the mountain. And the further you go up on top, the more intimate the circle is. The circle of trust getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Until you have somebody there that is going to have your back and be there for you. And that's what I want. But then again, do you need to explore these things? Because the fact that if you are with somebody, or if you have that outlet, that release, is it a good thing or not? And that's the quandary. What are you doing? Is this beneficial to you, or is this just a release, or is it important? And that's why you have to basically work out those things in your head, and that's what I'm trying to do. But for right now, I know after the movie, I just need to go back and do my things. There's so many, again, my papers, my books, the things I want to do. I haven't done them, and I want to get them out there, even though they are antithetical and the exact opposite of what's going on in the world. Because I do not, because again, I'm not going to fall for anything anymore that they say online, or the media talks about, or the government talks about, or anybody talks about. I question everything now, even more so. And I've been like that for my entire life. I question everything. I don't believe anything. And again, the quality of things I want in my life, the quality of the food I want in my life, the quality of people I want in my life is very high. And that in of itself is also kind of depressing in a way, where there is no quality. There is just banality. They're bland, and have no substance, no motivation to even me engage in them. Because again, I don't want, normal and bland. I want exciting and extraordinary. And, my former girlfriend did contact me, which is interesting. And she is a 13, but again, on the crazy hot matrix, she is both a 13 hot and a 13 crazy. So, you know what that can do. She has issues. She's working on them right now. That's why we're not together right now, because she did these things. And, she needs to figure out on her own. I cannot save anybody. I need to continue to fix myself. Come back from the brink. This illness that I had, it's autoimmune, so it's my fault. I caused it. In a perfect world, I would never get sick at all, because I don't get sick at all. And I'm not going to get sick. I'm going to be around forever. So that's why I need to do as much as I can to continue healing myself by the food I eat, the company I keep, and my mindset. I'm not going to give up on myself. And I'm going to continue to fight for what I believe in. And that's why I'm going to work on it. And that's why, again, this countdown is so important. Every day, every weigh-in, everything I do has a purpose now. Getting up and gauging, how far can I walk? How far can I do things? I went to the movies today and I walked fairly well. No major pain. And I enjoyed the idea of going out and doing things outside. And I want to continue to do more. But then again, I want to go out and talk to quality people. I want to talk to people that have some intelligence, not vapidness. And that's why I'm anti-vapid. So I'm going to continue to do that. I need to find a place to go, and that's what I'm working on. And that's why I'm also continuing to do these videos online, getting it out there, because that's the most important thing. I'm trying to find the people that I can be with, that I can associate with. So I'll continue to do that, and we'll see what happens there. But again, it's like like I said, today I had a good meal. I broke up the meal in two different areas. I had the one large meal, but I cut it in half because I knew that the movie was 3 hours long, so I was to be out all afternoon. So eat a little bit in the morning, go to the movie, and then finish it off. And I did that. I also had some blueberries, which are very good for you, good for me, good for the blood, because again, the next thing I want to do, because I know that my grandparents, all 4 of them, died of heart attacks. My grandfather was the first one to pass away. I think he was 84, I believe. I don't really know how old he was. Or 81, I don't know, around there. I don't really remember, because I never associate with that guy, but I know it was a heart attack. On my birthday, of all things. I remember my father calling me, and I was here in Chicago, and he going, "My dad died." Okay, I don't know who he is. We never barely even knew the guy. Whatever. And I didn't mean to be flippant with him. I'm just telling the truth. It's like, okay, a guy I never talked to, never associated with. Grandpa he never did anything with us. Why would I care? His mother also passed away, but not more recently. Around, I think, about 2005, around there. I don't even remember. Again, and she was even worse. The way she treated my dad, the way that he was abused by the stepfather and her, and it was really bad. So we didn't even associate. Her name is the name I have. He took her name, Haynes. Annie Haynes was her name, and she was a cunt. So really treated my father like shit. He actually changed his name 3 times alone. And then he changed it 3 times, and it was just crazy what he went through. But I want to be different, just like my different. Because again, here's a news flash for you all. Prior to 2004, I didn't even use Reuben. I used Chris. I used Chris Haynes. Chris. That's everyone called me Chris. That's who I am, Chris. And it was my wild spirit friend who gave me Reuben, because her boyfriend who beat her up was called Chris, and she didn't want another Chris. He said, "You're Reuben now." And I took it because, again, I have a friend, someone I love and care about, who gave me this name. So she is the one responsible for Reuben. And I kept it all this time. But again, for me, I've always, when someone says, "What's your name?" I say, "Reuben Christopher Haynes." That's my name. What do you want to call me? You call me whatever you want to call me, per se. There's no meaning to it all. But there is, as I thought there was no meaning. There is a meaning. Reuben Christopher, behold the Son. That's me, the Son, Reuben. And the Christ bearer, somebody who carries the burden, me, Christopher. And that's what I've been doing. I've been carrying the burden of life. And I've been weighing everything on me. And I need to let go of that past and look to the future. So that's the whole idea. But I'm more determined now that I have to sell everything, get rid of all this stuff that I don't need, or just throw it away, or just leave it, whatever, and then just go and just start to live life. So I'm going to start to expand out and look and try and find other communities out there where I can go. Because yesterday, I was on the stream, they mentioned it, that continue to go out there and talk to their men, talk to their people, and do that. Start to get out and do stuff. But like I said, I get very turned off by stupidity, by ignorance. Anybody who believes all this crap, which YouTube won't let me, won't approve, because they're full of shit. Well, say that. Well, let's go to Rumble now. Let's just go to Rumble and let's just talk about it there.